And then here came Elvis with a hot, stomping, steamy, sexy kind of music that turned people on as pop music never had before. Others came along, including the Beatles, but they were all indebted to him, and most of them said so. He died today. Even though he didn't smoke, drink, or drive his own car, he quit breathing at the age of 42.
Welcome back to the Florida Semi Group here in Chicago. August 16th, the day Elvis died, folks, 34 years ago. And we're seeing this market all shook up. You know, and Fairlicious even stated the fact, Kevin Ferry, stated the fact that maybe this market's a little bloated. So another title, tomorrow is a long time. We'll see how tomorrow shakes out, but obviously all eyeballs are still on this dinner between President Sarkozy and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Nice pronunciation there, by the way, killer. But we are seeing, you know, any day now, another title by Elvis. We're going to see this market move. And I think, folks, the fact that we are getting past the volatility and the volume last week, I think people are delusional. You don't have a historic week like that last week. The volatility we saw, there's something else here. Everything just doesn't go to the wayside. We have a nice little 3-4 day update move here, and we forget about that. I think our short-term memory, that's a problem in these markets. We have to remember that lack, you know, we didn't have that sense of security in the market, that lack of confidence, that lack of clarity. That was all relevant in the market last week, and now people are really feeling like, oh, the next level up in the S&P is 1250. I'm not buying into it, folks. I think you need to give this a big bear hug, kind of like Huggy Bear, a little Snoop Dogg, you know, a little Huggy Bear it here at that 1200 level. I think there's a good risk reward here. We've essentially seen a 10% move up in the S&P in literally 3 trading days. Sensational move up. You know, and it kind of feels like this Sarkozy-Merkel dinner. To me, it feels a little bit more like the debt ceiling deadline. You know, that whole situation put a pause on the market. So ever since they announced it, we have seen that low volume rally, but people are really kind of sitting on their hands, not participating in the market to see what they're going to talk about. Will they talk about the Eurobond? Currently, it's not on the agenda, but they want that visibility, that Eurobond, that cohesive situation for all 17 nations to come together and have agreements on moving forward. Obviously, we saw some weak GDP, you know, not what we were looking for this morning out of Europe. You know, it was a 0.2%. And obviously, I think we need to continue to look to the Treasury market, folks. I'm beating a dead horse, so hang on. Let me beat it a little more. The 10-year continues to provide leadership. They're grabbing gold, they're grabbing Treasuries, and that Treasury is really hunkered down here in that 2.25% to 2.30%. That indicates something. You know, the S&P, that's the noise, that's the bandwidth, that's the chop that's going on. But I think we need to continue to look at the Treasuries, and that exit sign has not flashed. That aircraft carrier going down that small river is still heading the same way. Wait until it turns around, then you can be a Treasury hater, then you can be a gold hater. But I don't think it's over, folks. There's a couple more shoes to drop here. Believe me, I've seen these markets, and historically speaking, I know Art Cashin spoke to this before, when you have a historic week like that, something else is going to be produced here. It just doesn't go away. You know, finally, you know, I just can't help believing, another Elvis too, I just can't help believing that we're not going to see some more volatility towards the end of the week. So Elvis, we miss you, bud. I know you're locked down somewhere. I don't know if you're over in Europe, but a lot of us still think you're around. So Elvis, if you are out there, comment here in this video. I'm the killer from the Florida Semi Group, and one other thing, be the hammer, not the nail.